Well, it's been a long time since I've made one of these recordings. I was out of town, and then I was out of town again, and then I was tired one week, and have received some complaints from the local folks I talked to. Um, but here it is, Ashburn Today Crime Report. Let's see, this is dated May 21st, which was yesterday. Of course, my Ashburn Today always comes in a day late, so let's see what's in the crime report and safety briefs. All right. Normally it's on about page 5 or so. Nope. Well, look at that. Good news. No crime in Ashburn or anywhere in Loudoun County this week. So, since I didn't do one last week, let's go back one more week, back to the 14th of May. Let's see. Dateline Ashburn, McGrail named Scout of the Year. That's good news. Here we go. Oh, yeah, it says here right on the front page, right? Cockfighting ring busted in Sterling. Cockfighting ring. Now, that could be, gosh, a lot of things. Let's see what it is. Loudon Animal Control bust cockfighting operation. Here we got picture of 4 dudes, presumably, who were arrested here. I guess let's see what the article says. 5 Sterling men face face felony charges following a 2-month investigation of a cockfighting operation. There's only 4 guys in the picture. Juan Romo, Hector Romo. I wonder if they're related to Tony Romo. Israel Gonzalez and Antonio Bermejo were arrested on May 6. Authorities on Tuesday were still looking for the 5th suspect, Jamie, or maybe Jaime, Bermejo Gibran. The men face up to 5 years in jail or a fine of up to $2,500. The investigation began March 17 when Loudoun County Animal Services officers were called to a Sterling property to investigate a complaint that a horse was being cruelly treated. Not cool. That complaint was ruled unsubstantiated. However, the responding officer noticed a large number of roosters that appeared to be used for cockfighting. Search warrants, seized evidence, cockfighting. Of course, it goes to explain what cockfighting is. An illegal activity in which roosters are bred and drugged to be more aggressive in battle. Yeah, it's pretty horrible. All right, so anyone who has information regarding suspected animal cruelty or animal fighting is urged to contact the Department of Animal Services at 703-777-0406. Now you can get a reward of up to $5,000. And that seems to be the extent of crime last week. But wait, there's more. Ashburn Today, dated May 7. Let's see if there's anything in here. Let's see. Oh, public safety. Suspected DWI driver hits Route 7 pedestrian. That's not cool. A pedestrian hit while walking along Route 7 in, wait for it, Sterling, early Sunday is recovering from his injury, but the driver faces a DWI charge. According to the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office, Tazeen M. Qureshi, 35, of Ashburn, was driving a 2008 Honda Accord westbound on Route 7 between Campus Drive and Cascades Parkway at 5 a.m., May 3, when she struck the pedestrian. Qureshi remained in the scene and was subsequently arrested and charged with driving while intoxicated. Well, I appreciate she didn't try to run. She was held at the Adult Detention Center on $5,000 bond and has since been released from jail. A July 14 trial is scheduled in district court. If anybody wants to see it, on the misdemeanor charge, which carries a sentence of up to 12 months in jail and a fine of up to $2,500. The pedestrian was airlifted to Inova Fairfax Hospital, where he was treated and released. Well, that's good. Investigators are seeking to speak with additional witnesses in the case. So, if you're on Route 7 heading west at 5 a.m. on May 3, call the police. Investigator S. Allen at 703-737-8308. Pedestrians hit, seriously injured at shopping center. This is like the pedestrian nightmare here. 2 pedestrians sustained life-threatening injuries when they were struck by an SUV in the Fort Evans 2 shopping center last night. I don't know where the Fort Evans 2 shopping center is. According to the Leesburg Police Department, officers were dispatched to the scene near the Middleburg Bank at 538 Fort Evans Road. Oh, yeah, over there. Okay. Just before 7:30 p.m. on April 28. Based on preliminary investigation, a 2013 Toyota SUV operated by a 41-year-old Duisburg man was turning from Battlefield Parkway onto the shopping center and struck the pedestrians who were crossing the access road. A 60-year-old man and a 55-year-old woman suffered head and torso injuries. Not cool. They were flown by helicopter to Inova Fairfax. The driver of the vehicle was not injured. No charges have been filed as investigation continues. The department's asking anyone who witnessed this incident to call 703-771-4500. You'll remain anonymous. Let's see. Auto smash and grab lands suspect in jail. Hey, that's good. Break the law, go to jail. A 19-year-old Reston man is behind bars after an attempted drive-through burglary at the Ferrari and Lamborghini dealers. What? A 19-year-old Reston man is behind bars after an attempted drive-through burglary at the Ferrari and Lamborghini dealerships in Sterling. Wow, okay. According to the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office, Douglas Weiser Rios drove through the glass showroom wall of the Ferrari dealership at 6 a.m. He drove through the wall on Tuesday, April 28th. He then broke into the neighboring Lamborghini dealership and removed keys and merchandise. He didn't get far, however, even though he had a Lamborghini, I guess, as deputies arrested him at the scene. He should have drove faster. Rios is charged with 2 counts of burglary, 2 counts of grand larceny, and destruction of property. Preliminary hearing in Loudoun District Court is scheduled for June 9. I might want to go to that. Wow. Okay, ooh, this is continued on page 7. Let's see. A car crashes through Loudoun Courthouse fence. Again. We have a picture here. There. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Right in downtown Leesburg. 4 months after a driver crashed into the Loudoun County Courthouse front steps, another one drove through the courthouse square fence and struck a tree on Tuesday. That was, of course, Tuesday last month. Yeah, they just driver inexperience is believed to be a factor in the crash. The car accelerated through the fence before slamming into a tree about 10 feet inside the courthouse lawn. Man. The rest of these, not really fun. So, yeah, 2 injured in Route 9 crash, smoke alarms, limit fire damage, and cascades. Boy threatened at gunpoint in Brambleton. The suspect was described as a white male, 14 to 15 years old, who was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. The boy said the suspect asked if he wanted some marijuana. After the victim said no, the suspect pulled out a gun from his waistband and pointed it at him. The suspect then started laughing and walked away. Who does that? Come on, man. All right. We're going to go back one more. This is actually a special edition. I had to get the Leesburg today from my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. And because this actually had a crime report in it when the Ashburn today had no crime report that week. This is all the way back on April 30. So let's take a quick look at this, and then we'll wrap it up. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is good. Here. Ashburn man pleads guilty to cheating IRS. Kwame Innocent Tenno. Really, the dude's name is Innocent. Kwame Innocent Tenno, 53 of Ashburn, pleaded guilty last Friday to wire fraud and aggravated identity theft after receiving $400,000 in false tax refunds, according to the Department of Justice. $400,000. The investigation was started in August 2014 when the Metropolitan Washington Airport Authority police stopped Tenno on a traffic violation. Oh, it always starts out small. A search turned up several financial documents and fraudulent identification cards, including driver's licenses and Social Security cards, in the name of other individuals. Tenno told officers he was a tax preparer and the documents belonged to his clients. Well, okay, but I don't know if I'm giving my tax preparer Social Security cards and stuff. According to court documents from April 2008 through February 2015, Tenno obtained individuals' names and personal identifying information, that's PII for you there, including Social Security numbers and dates of birth, by holding himself out as being in the business of preparing tax returns, in part through Alpha and Omega Financial Services. Some of the individuals who provided their personal information to Tenno were clients of this business. Tenno would then use their names and personal identifying information for several different purposes, including the preparation and filing of false and fraudulent federal and state tax returns that made false claims for tax refunds. I'm still stuck on the $400,000 he got. To increase the amount of the refund requested by the fraudulent returns, Tana would add items to the returns, including false dependents, false businesses on the taxpayer's Schedule C, false education expenses, and false moving expenses. Because, if you're going to tell a lie, might as well tell a big one and get lots of money, huh? Goodness gracious. All right. In addition to filing false tax returns, Tano also used and lived other people's identities. What? In part because he had no legal status to work or remain in the United States. But between 2009 and 2015, Tano used the names of 8 different people to seek and obtain employment, housing, and other items of value, such as bank accounts. This guy's got a lot of chutzpah. I like it. Tano faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. Now it's catching up on the wire fraud charge and a mandatory consecutive term of 2 years in prison on the aggravated identity theft charge when he is sentenced July 31. Now, if he's in prison, I guess that's one way to stay in the country, or are they just going to deport him? I don't know. Let's see. He's going to be sentenced on July 31. This was investigated by Homeland Security Investigations, the Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority Police, IRS Criminal Investigations, U.S. Department of the Treasury, Office of the Inspector General, United States Postal Inspection Service, and the Social Security Administration, Officer of the Inspector General. That's a lot of folks zooming in on Kwame Innocent Tano. But I guess they got him. And $400,000. Wow. Okay. Let's see. This got a crime log back on the 21st of April. A suspicious event. The 43,900 block of Reliance Court, Ashburn, at 1 p.m. in broad daylight. Someone called on the telephone claiming the resident was approved for a $7,000 government grant. Hooray! The resident was asked to provide banking information, but instead called the sheriff's office. Good choice. Good choice. Yeah, you just don't get calls out of the blue claiming you have a $7,000 government grant. All right, let's see. At the 40,700 block of Farm Market Road in Leesburg, between 6 and 11 p.m., someone removed a purse from a vehicle. I suspect the vehicle was unlocked and the purse was out in plain view. Hide your purse, lock your doors. I say this on every report of these. Let's see. On the 23rd of April, suspicious event. I just like the address on this. On the 0 block of Coloma Court in Sterling. Is that a real address? At 12:45 p.m., someone claiming to be from the U.S. Treasury called on the telephone, advising that the resident was approved for a $9,000 grant. Hey, yeah, don't give your bank information. Call the sheriff's office. The resident did not provide any personal information. Good choice. Good choice. maybe he listened to maybe he saw one of my earlier video posts. Okay. Larceny at the 45,400 block of Harrybird Highway, Sterling, between midnight and 6 p.m. Someone took materials from a cell tower in the area. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Credit card theft. A woman entered a hotel and removed credit card information from behind the counter. Not cool. She's 5 feet 6 inches tall, with a light build and short hair. She was seen driving a silver 2014 Dodge Charger. Let's see. Also on the 24th, exposure. Oh, goodness gracious. 47,100 block of Community Plaza in Sterling. Just before 8:30 p.m., a woman reported a man was sitting in a car in the parking lot when he exposed himself. What? Ugh. I don't get it. Let's see. Brandishing. 900 block of Sherwood Court, Sterling. Just before 7 p.m., deputies were called to the area after a dispute over a parking space led to an argument and verbal threats. One of the subjects went inside his residence and was later seen to be brandishing a firearm over a parking space. Harayo D. Roca del Valle, I'm not sure, 35, was arrested, although the firearm was determined to be a replica. If you're brandishing a replica firearm at somebody, you're taking an awful risk. What if the dude calls your bluff? It's like don't bring a replica firearm to a gunfight, okay? On April 27, the 21,100 block of Midday Court, Sterling, a resident purchased a dog online, but found it was a scam after going to pick it up at the address provided. That's disappointing. Robbery. Watermill Court near Snickersville Turnpike in Purcellville. Purcellville never gets on these reports. Wow, what's this about? At 7:30 p.m., a victim reported being robbed of money at knife point by 3 acquaintances. The case is under investigation. Robbery in Purcellville? Gosh. Brandishing or disorderly conduct. I should have read this one 3 weeks ago. At the 50 block of East Broadway in Lovettsville. Okay. Marlon T. Powell, 22, was arrested after he allegedly brandished not a gun, not a replica firearm, but he brandished a sword during an altercation with several acquaintances. He was released on $2,500 secured bond. Wow. He should have fought the guy with the replica firearm. And finally, fraud. The 36,400 block of Shoemaker School Road in Purcellville. A resident selling a trailer online was contacted by a buyer who said he needed money sent via Western Union to pay for his transport. Oh gosh, please tell me you didn't send the money. The victim provided the money before learning it was a scam. Oh, Purcellville, listed twice here. Well, that wraps up. Probably this is by far the longest report. Covered 4 weeks of crime and villainy in Loudoun County. So that's it for this time. Take care.